Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we got some Titan gameplay. I've been loving the Titan. It's pretty OP, I think. It's pretty good. But end up being Salt Flats. I love Salt Flats. Running with one of my buddies, Calvin, on he has a TT, so I was like, hey, let's go play a TT. Duo TT, which is always good if you're both pretty decent at the game. But there was two bars who were talking like mad smack and global. They brought two bars because we were there before. I think we were on like a couple mid tiers messing around, and they got pissed at us. And we're like, hey, where'd those guys go? Yada yada yada. I think we're on Rex's or something like that. We were on something, and they were trying to find us because we had killed a group there previously that they're friends with, so by them rolling up on a dual bars, they thought they could kick our butts. But then, of course, got a Rampy being a spy, be annoying. They're always fun, but it should be a pretty good compilation of videos I'm throwing together. Today, I was on quite a bit. I was playing a lot of Titan, helped a buddy grow Titan, and later in the video we get in, like, I think it was like a 12 or a 13. They either had 12 or 13 people, all mid-tiers versus, like, I think we had 5 or 6 Titans, because they had some crazy numbers, and they killed our guys, and then I was helping my buddy grow, so I was like, okay, let me come down there and help you all out. That's the next clip coming up, but here's these two guys, and we're like, time to wreck these guys. But I hope y'all like the video, subscribe, like, I appreciate it. But let's get into it. Gave that guy a salty teabag, but this next clip, you better buckle in. It's actually insane. The brain rot is insane, but enjoy. I recorded it weird, so here we go. So at this time, they gave up, and then they didn't come back at all. They were like, okay, we lost. Like, there was like 13 of them versus 5 to 6 Titans, and they all died. But they're like talking hard smack. They're killing everything, just being all out rats, to be honest, in Salt Flats. That's all they were doing, was sitting in Salt Flats. And then there's a random Titan, the Yellow Titan, got killed in Salt Flats, and then he got spawned up in Rainbow with my buddy. He died like right after my buddy died, and they both met up, and they're like, hey, let's go to Salt Flats. So I got my buddy to, like, I think it was sub, and then we went to Salt Flats and then killed all these guys. But it was crazy. There's like at least 13, 12 to 13, but it was super fun. They just started falling off there, and at one point I was super low, but I was able to clutch it, luckily. But yeah, it was crazy. A lot of brain rot from these groups, I swear. Just the amount of numbers those guys had, like how much crap they talked to go about, how they own Salt Flats and yada yada, and then we show up with 5 to 6 Titans and just absolutely roll them out. I don't know where Apex is, but they literally had like double the numbers. Like, come on. But they just started falling left and right, and then at one time I was super low, but was able to kind of hang back and get my health back, and then my buddy got super low, but had a body block him. He didn't want to die. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So none of us died that whole fight though, so that was definitely clutch. And then I was on my Titan solo, and I bumped into a Iggy. Iggy's crazy strength, actually. I'd be scared if I ran into like groups of Iggy's on like Titan, like multiple Iggy's, like 4 Iggy's or something. But I'd actually be broken. But I'm entering into Salt Flats here, and I see this Iggy and go for him. But he did like crazy damage to me. That Iggy did really well though. I haven't fought a good Iggy player in a while, but he just spammed block and thumb barrage, but he did really good. And then me and my buddy, he was on his Rex, I was on my Titan, and I saw this other Titan and Rex are trying to go hide in Hoodoo. I don't know what they were doing exactly, but we were like, let's fight these guys. It ends up being a really good fight. I'm not gonna lie, like, they did pretty darn good. I totally forgot my my call like halfway through. Like before the fight, usually I like will pop my call and stuff, but I never popped my call, so I almost die. He almost dies because he face tanks the Rex. Like I was able to hit the Rex with a heavy bite and kind of chisel him down a little bit, but he almost dies. I almost die. Ends up being a really good fight though. Yeah, it was 2v2, so it's always nice when you run like the 1s and like the 2s and stuff, like even numbers. It's always like interesting to like see how good people are, to see like who's a little better. It's always interesting to me, at least, because numbers, like I always say, like numbers don't matter. Literally you can have like 10 dinos and someone can have half that number and still kill you. But you start working on this guy, TT comes in, I'm like, okay, whoop, bring him back to my buddy. I try to bait the Titan down originally. I bring him down to my buddy, but he knows there's a Rex down there. So he's smart enough not to come around that ledge. If he would have got a full bone broken, then we would just tanked him and then tanked the Rex, but he decided to go back up, which was smart. But Yeah, I've just been fighting some crazy numbers, like in Cedars and stuff, also on Riparia. It's just, I don't get it. Riparia, too. Like, that map's just about as bad as Gondor currently, especially in Cedars Forest. You'll have, like, 12, 13 dinos. I think I had Boogeyman last week pull up and help me, him and Bad Billy Blaine, but that was fun. Here's this fight. We get right into it. So I'm super low. He's super low. It was one shot, literally one shot. But that was a good fight. They both did really good. That was fun. And then this next clip is us fighting a couple Rexes with Aloe and one of their TT. Ends up being a really good fight though. Just two Rexes with Bone Break. It's crazy. Like a duo Rex build. I've been playing Rex a lot too. Like duo Rex build is crazy because like once you bone break something, you can just like absolutely tank the crap out of them, and there's not much they can do. And it's not like they're gonna run away. They can't. Like where are they gonna run to? Once you get that bone break in, it's you're kind of cooked. And especially with two Rexes, it'll just like one will get in front of you, one will get behind you, and just tank it, and you'll crumble pretty easily. But see these two Rexes, and we're like, oh, let's get them. So we go in and work them. It takes us a bit because got to be careful of that bone break. They get both me and the other guy pretty low, my buddy low, but we're eventually able to kill him. You can kill Rexes pretty easy on your Titans. You just got to play them right. You got to go in with your heavy bite and then tail flick them off you, essentially. But Rexes are definitely one of the harder things to work on, like a Titan. Bars is pretty, even bars is pretty hard, but this guy, and you just use these guys' stam too. Rexes, you just burn their stamina out, you're chilling. But this guy comes forward and he wants a chunk, so. But another really good fight. Thank you for watching though. Please like, subscribe, help me out a ton. I hope y'all enjoyed though. Rammeat out until I see y'all next time.